Junior, you remember Damien, right? The head of Porcelumex in Wife Peninsula. He sent someone to us with a banquet invitation.
A banquet invitation? Judging by the looks on your faces, I thought he had sent some sort of legal notice.
He wouldn't dare. If it weren't for all of us from Yunque Summit helping him take care of the Exaltists, he wouldn't be living the good life now. But as for the invitation, it does seem to have a connection with the corruption incident.
Here's the situation. Even though Top suppressed any media about the Exaltists causing chaos in Wife Peninsula, news had already spread citywide. The production of Porcelume is super important, and neither Tops nor Porcelumex can pretend that nothing happened. So, over the next 2 weeks, Tops will lead a safety inspection in Wife Peninsula and urge a swift return to business as usual.
But what does the safety inspection have to do with the banquet?
Think about it, Junior. With an investigation happening, many relevant people will have to come to Wife Peninsula. Porcelumex has to fulfill its duties as a host and entertain everyone. Although the security investigation doesn't involve Yunque Summit, that Damien kid is pretty cunning. He'll leverage all his connections and resources to get closer to us.
Senior Shuyuan told me that right after the corruption incident was over, Damien sent a generous gift, but Shifu turned it down. We were just discussing whether we should attend this banquet. Shifu doesn't want Yunque Summit to get too close to Porcelumex, and honestly, I have to agree. But since we're operating in Wife Peninsula, we still have to do our best to maintain a working relationship with Damien.
If you ask me, now is the perfect time to attend such a banquet.
Huh? Why's that?
Shifu and Senior Shuyuan returned to Yunque Summit a while ago and won't be back anytime soon. If the three of us attend the banquet, it'll show Damien some respect without drawing too much attention. Besides, he already knows Shifu isn't around, so it's not like she's deliberately avoiding him.
Wait a second. What about Senior Fufu?
Well, yesterday we happened to learn that she had failed her arithmetic course, so Shifu called her back overnight for remedial lessons. I'm afraid she won't be able to make the banquet this time.
I didn't expect the academic standards at Yunque Summit to be so strict. Getting back to the point, I think your reasoning earlier makes a lot of sense. We should go to the banquet.
I agree. Besides, I have a feeling that there'll be some pretty influential guests at the banquet. We might be able to gather some useful information.
All right, it's settled then. We'll do Porcelumex a favor and attend the banquet.
Belle and Senior Yinhu must have gone to Yamcha Sin. Better go meet them there.
Is the cheapest on the street.
The mystics from Yunque Summit have arrived. As the host, having at least you two and Master Pan show up for this dinner banquet is truly an honor.
Judging from your tone, are you upset that our Shifu isn't here?
Not at all. You're all disciples that Ishwan Shifu trusts deeply. Even from afar in Yunque Summit, she entrusted you to attend on her behalf. This in itself is a gesture I can appreciate. Please, make yourselves at home tonight and enjoy the banquet. If there's anything you'd like to eat that's not being served, just let me know directly.
You seem to be in a pretty good mood, Mr. Damien. With so many people here for the safety inspection, I thought you'd be swamped with work.
It's rare to hear you speak so pointedly, Master Wise. With the Exaltus appearing in Wi-Fi Peninsula and Porsalumex being held responsible for security, I'm probably coming off as too relaxed. To be honest with you both, although my official title is General Manager of Porsalumex and Wi-Fi Peninsula, my main responsibility is actually overseeing production. Hollow Security was originally managed by someone else who was appointed by corporate executives. Though, of course, they have since been relieved of that responsibility.
I see now. No wonder you were so willing to provide us with clues earlier. It wasn't your head on the chopping block. It seems like it won't be long before you have full control over security, too.
Come now. No need to be cheeky. Things have been rather difficult for me. I'm lucky just to be holding on to my current role, especially with how nerve-wracking it's been getting everything ready for the security investigation. But after seeing the guest list with my own eyes earlier, I finally felt a bit of relief.
Oh? Why's that?
Ha! Why don't you have a look for yourselves? There are quite a few guests at tonight's banquet, but in reality, they all fall into just a few categories. All these elegantly dressed guests are senior officials from TOPS. The fact that everyone who was invited has turned up is a clear indicator that the connection between TOPS and Porsalumex remains strong. Their presence allows us to demonstrate to the military and government that TOPS is fully committed to the safety of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We also sent invitations to the relevant city government departments, but no one showed up, which suggests that the government doesn't want to get involved in the sensitive matters happening between TOPS and the military and Wi-Fi Peninsula. They would prefer to steer clear and let us work things out on our own.
I heard that TOPS and the military often have conflicts regarding porcelain issues, but it seems the situation is even worse than I expected.
It is a serious matter, but not something we avoid discussing. The military is the biggest buyer of porcelain, and by controlling Wi-Fi Peninsula, TOPS essentially controls their most critical resource. So, it would prove quite difficult if the military chooses to take this chance to cause trouble.
It seems that knowing the identities of the military guests here today is key to understanding the situation.
Correct. Do you see that lady over there? She's the military's representative.
But she's not wearing a Defense Force uniform. Isn't this supposed to be a formal event?
That's because Missy Zolda is not a military officer. She's a research consultant. Instead of sending high-ranking officers, they hired a civilian to attend, which sends a clear message. They don't intend to investigate this matter further. Of course, though production was limited after the corruption incident, Porsalumex didn't delay any orders from the military. So, it appears they have acknowledged our sincerity.
I see. There's no more pressure from TOPS' executives, the government, or the military. But who are the remaining guests? There are quite a few older individuals here too.
Those are members of the inspection team, leading experts in the ether industry. They'll be overseeing the security investigation while providing us with valuable insights. It took great effort to invite these academic giants.
Dear guests, may I have your attention for just a moment? It is my pleasure to welcome each and every one of you here today.
Looks like it's time for the real hosts to give their speech.
Dear guests,
Thank you for coming to Phylum Heights to participate in the Wi-Fi Peninsula Safety Inspection. I am Lucro, Co-Chief Executive Officer of the Porcelumex Group.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Ferox, also Co-Chief Executive Officer.
I've seen Lucro and Ferox on TV before. They run Porcelumex together. So are those two your direct superiors?
That's right. After the fall of the old capital, Porcelumex's management went through a major reshuffle. Those two were the ultimate victors, but now they're secretly competing against each other.
Is it okay for you to talk about your superiors like that?
I completely trust both of you, so I feel comfortable speaking openly. The previous head of security was one of Ferox's trusted subordinates, but now he's been dismissed. Both of the big bosses are eager to fill that position with their own people. The reason I was able to become the nominal head of Wi-Fi Peninsula was because I don't belong to either side, so I can't disrupt the balance of power in this competition. But the price of remaining neutral is that I've completely lost any chance of moving up. And if I were to take sides, it could come at a fatal cost, destroying everything I've worked so hard to build.
We will work closely with everyone here to reinforce our security measures and deliver a report to the public that we can be proud of.
Ladies and gentlemen, the safety inspection will officially begin tomorrow. For now, please relax and enjoy the banquet.
Wow, the big shots have finally finished their speeches. Thank you both for accompanying me. It's the only reason my good mood's still intact. Enjoy the banquet. I've got to go face some heat from my superiors now. If you'll excuse me.
Wise. What should we do now that Damien's left?
What do you have in mind, Belle? I'll go with whatever you decide.
After hearing all that from Damien, I'm kinda curious about the guests now. He's not exactly very trustworthy, so you never know what's true or not. Let's split up and check out the hall. Wise, you're back. Find anything interesting?
From what I saw, the safety inspection doesn't seem as serious as I imagined. The experts and TOPS representatives were even chatting and laughing together. What everyone cares about isn't the Exaltists, or even the safety of Wi-Fi Peninsula, but how to get the porcelain supply back on track.
Yeah, I had the same feeling. The safety inspection seems more like a ritual for the city's upper circles to align their intentions and just a way to reassure the public. Even if there are some safety risks with production inside the Hollow, as long as they're not too serious, I'm sure they'll just sweep them under the rug. But, come on, let's not worry about that now. It's not every day Porcelumex is picking up the tab. Let's enjoy the meal. Come on, let's enjoy a proper meal, Wise.
All right.
Wow, the ingredients
Enjoy.
today are top-notch.
My apologies, miss.
It's okay.
I'm terribly sorry.
Excuse me, you dropped something.
Oh, sorry about that.
Here.
Thank you both very much. Oh, you're with the safety inspection team. Wow, you look so young. And you're already an expert in the ether industry? Sorry, I must excuse myself. Did I say something wrong?
Young lady, seems you're completely at a loss.
If I'm not mistaken, you're the military research consultant.
That's right. My name's Isolde. That girl and I are both decorative props. Just here for show.
The time fields. Not only one of the oldest noble families in New Eridu, but also a renowned name in the field of science. The patent for the anti-corruption medicine widely used on the market today belongs to your grandfather. If this respected and prestigious surname appears on the investigation team roster, the citizens will surely feel more at ease.
You flatter me. It's just that my grandfather is seriously ill right now, so I really don't think he can handle this.
You misunderstand me. As I just said, all I need is this surname to appear on the list. Aren't you a Timefield as well?
But I'm just a student. I'm nothing like my grandfather.
Miss, I'm sure you've heard that the corruption outbreak in Wi-Fi Peninsula is closely tied to the failure of anti-corruption medicine. Porcelumex has every right to file a lawsuit against your family and hold you accountable. The reason? Your family concealed major risks involved in the purification process of the medicine.
That's complete nonsense. It was clearly the Exaltists who...
So what? The media doesn't care about the truth. They just want to see a once honorable family brought to ruin. Miss, the honor of the Timefield family now rests entirely on your shoulders. Think carefully, for your ailing grandfather's sake. I wouldn't want anything unfortunate to happen to the old man either.
Grandpa, did I make a mistake? What should I do? What's going on? What's that?
Wise. You're up to...
I was just dreaming. You told Eos to learn the drums and set them up right in the middle of the store, saying it would attract customers. But no customers showed up. Just a bill from the bank. Thank goodness it was just someone knocking on the door.
Wise, how little do you trust me? I'd never do something like that. Besides, there's no way Eos's little legs could ever reach the pedals. Forget that ridiculous dream already. Signorine Hu went to answer the door. Let's go and check what's going on. There must be something urgent if someone's showing up at this hour.
Master Pawn, that glowing thing really appeared outside my window. I swear on the honor of the Timefield family.
Let's put the vows away for now, Missy. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's people swearing oaths on this and that. I believe what you said is true. Why else would you have come all the way here in the middle of the night, right? But I really couldn't follow all that about a boom and shadow crooked by 20 degrees. Sure, we at Yunque Summit practice mystic arts, but ghost hunting and monster chasing aren't exactly our specialty.
To be precise, it was crooked by 22 degrees to the left. I remember that clearly. But I admit I was a bit abrupt earlier. My apologies. It's not that I've misunderstood the mystic arts. I've come because a friend told me that Mr. Wise and Ms. Bell are currently staying here, and she trusts them.
Signorine Hu, who was knocking just now?
Oh, perfect timing. You two are just who Miss Timefield is looking for.
What? You're Mr. Wise and Ms. Bell?
Hi. I'm Wise, and this is my sister Belle.
Hi! Didn't expect we'd meet again. All right, Wise, stop staring at me. I know I shouldn't have said that. I see. So, you spotted an unidentified glowing object outside your window and came here for help. But I didn't expect Lucy to be the one who sent you.
To be honest, Ms. Montefiore and I both attended the Celestia School for Girls. Even after she broke ties with her father and left without a word, we've still always kept in touch. Actually, I had planned to ask Porcelumix's staff for help with this, but it's late, and I couldn't get in touch with anyone. I can't share all the details, but I'm afraid that by morning, something this strange will just be brushed off and not taken seriously.
After hearing rumors that Alice might only be on the inspection team because of her family name, I asked Fairy to look into the time fields. Turns out she's likely here in place of her grandfather, who's fallen ill. We're not sure what exactly happened, but Alice was probably threatened by them. In any case, Porcelumix clearly doesn't take her seriously. The way they're treating her so differently from the other guests is really going over the line.
Since Ms. Montefiore spoke so highly of you both, I'd like to ask for your help in investigating the unidentified object that appeared outside my window. As agreed, I'll be staying in Wi-Fi Peninsula for another 2 weeks. And if this issue isn't settled, it's going to be a real problem.
Hey, Wise, what do you think?
We're just proxies. Wouldn't it be better to suggest she hire a detective for this kind of thing?
Do you charge per case? Or perhaps you work on a daily or hourly rate? If it's about the commission fee, please don't worry. My Ether Dynamics tutor used to charge for every 5 minutes in each lesson.
Oh, that's no problem. No problem at all. You came here for help, and you're even a friend of someone we know. Of course we'll lend a hand. Don't worry. Here at Yunque's Summit, we're not only skilled in the mystic arts, we're also good at tracking things down and getting to the bottom of mysteries.
Senior Yinhu, you just assumed we would take the job.
Hey, come on now. What do you mean speaking on your behalf, huh? Let me tell you, the Timefield family isn't just loaded, they're on a whole nother level. Whether Beeline and the others get paid leave, and whether Senior Fufu gets to eat meat next month, all depend on you two now.
Seriously? Now you're guilt-tripping me?
Miss Timefield, why don't you stay with us tonight? Get a good night's rest, and after breakfast tomorrow, Junior Wise will go with you to investigate.
Are you both really willing to take this commission? Please don't feel obligated if you'd rather not get involved with the people Porcelumix have brought recently.
You can rest assured, Miss Timefield. We'll accept the commission and investigate with you starting tomorrow.
Thank you so much. I'll be staying here tonight then. Good morning, Mr. Wise. Sorry for causing trouble by showing up so late last night.
No problem. You came to us for help, and really, no need to be so formal. Just call me Wise.
All right. Then, please, feel free to call me Alice.
You seem a little tired. Did the thought of what you saw outside last night keep you up?
Not at all. Having all of you nearby made me feel quite safe. It's just, the scrolls hanging in the room were all tilted by 2 to 10 degrees, and when I was about to sleep after fixing them, I noticed that the 2 vases by the bed didn't match. Sorry, you have to see this side of me. This nitpicky habit of mine is a disgrace to my family's name.
Oh, no, it's not that bad. Soybian Temple just lives up to its name.
Thank you for understanding. By the way, about that thing I saw outside my window last night, if you don't mind, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
How about we take a look around the lower floor of your building first? Since it appeared outside your window, there might be leads outside.
Okay, sure. Good thing you suggested starting outside. Honestly, I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but I don't dare step back into that room until we know exactly what I saw.
Alice, let's talk about last night. You said you heard a soft thump followed by a loud bang.
Yes, and it went pitch dark outside the window. I pulled back the curtains and saw large, slanted shadows, and there was a glowing skeleton stuck between the shadows and the glass.
A keen eye turns stone to gold. We will unlock the hidden worth of your forgotten treasures.
Wise, have you figured out what happened last night? I have some theories after seeing the footprints, but I want to hear your thoughts first.
I think our guesses are probably pretty close.
Really? Then let's go over what we found together. First, about that huge shadow. What do you think it was? And how did it end up outside my window?
It was probably from cargo hanging on the tower crane. Cargo was big enough to block the whole window, and the way it vanished without a trace makes sense if we assume it was moved away with the crane. You mentioned hearing a soft thump before the shadow appeared. One of the ropes holding the cargo probably snapped, causing the load to tilt and bump against your window.
Yes, that's what I figured too. Thinking back, the reason I was so certain that it was tilted exactly 22 degrees was because there was a shipping label on the crate. But let's just assume for a moment that it was. Then, what do you think made it fall to the ground?
It was probably knocked over by that skeleton that startled you. After the cargo hit your window, the crane lifted it back up, but that little creature couldn't hold on and fell off, landing right on the flower pot.
Right. There must be a reason the flower pot fell. If something as large as the cargo had hit it directly, the whole rack would have come crashing down. The fact that one pot was left on the balcony means it had to be something smaller. Looks like we have the same train of thought. That leaves us with just one remaining question. What was that glowing skeleton?
It's pretty clear. The culprit is whatever animal left those glowing little footprints. Since its paws were covered in phosphorescent paint, the skeleton pattern was probably painted on its body or clothes. There's no phosphorescent paint on the drain pipe, so it's likely the little creature hitched a ride on the cargo and was caught in the crane malfunction, which then caused it to slam into the window. Later, while trying to escape, it knocked over the flower pot. But the exact sequence of events isn't really the point. What matters is this: no matter how clever an animal is, it couldn't have dressed itself up like that.
Which means someone deliberately used it to pull a prank on me. That's going too far! Wise, since it left footprints while fleeing, there must be more tracks nearby. If we follow them, we might be able to find whoever or whatever's behind this. Look over here. The footprints go up the pillar to the overpass.
Let's follow them and check it out.
How could they? I can't believe someone actually used an animal to pull a prank. Huh? The footprints disappear here.
Uh-oh, the footprints are all jumbled here.
Where could it have gone? Huh? There it is! Don't let it get away!
Hey, stop! There! It ran into that shop!
So you were behind yesterday's pranks! The real culprit...
Monato?
What? Yuzuha, visitors.
Coming! What can I get for you? Huh? Oh well. Huh. Guess I got found out after all. Miss, based on what you just said, may I assume that you are the owner of this tanuki? His full name is Kamanosuke, but we call him Kama. Uh-huh. What I mean is, he's not just this tanuki. He has a name. And I'm not Kama's owner. We're just partners. Kama is free to do as he pleases. Excuse me for being presumptuous.
Wait a minute. We came here to confront them, yet somehow it feels like Alice just got completely shut down.
It's all right. Kama just said he doesn't mind. So, honored guests, what brings you to Mystic Wares? Looking for anything in particular? I'm Ukinami Yuzuha. Our family runs a well-known porcelain shop in Phylum Heights. We carry all kinds of goods, and any purchase of a second item comes with a 1% discount. All right. Thank you very much. No, wait! We're not here to shop! Miss Ukinami, we don't even know each other, and yet last night, you and your partner played a prank on me that caused me a lot of trouble. Huh? That's a bit of a shock. I thought you'd really appreciate Kama's way of returning the favor. Returning the favor? Sorry, I don't quite follow what you mean. How could you not understand? You were clearly the ones who started the prank in the first place. Porcelumex previously stated they'd thoroughly investigate the safety hazards and give the people of Waifei Peninsula a proper explanation of the accident. Yet somehow they let an unqualified little girl sneak into a team of so-called experts. That's quite the prank if you ask me.
Yuzuha, saying something like that in front of others might be a bit...
Monato, I've been meaning to say this for a while. You having that face and always talking like a goody two-shoes? What a waste.
Excuse me, may I say something? Porcelumex brought in the inspection team just for show. Of course, people are going to feel outraged. It's just that, even with so many well-known experts on the inspection team, none dare to defy Porcelumex. So why place all the blame on Miss Timefield alone?
I see. You're saying I'm just picking the easy target? I remember now. I've seen you before. You were that disciple in training. Wise, from Swabian Temple. Didn't expect you'd be more witty than you look. Anyway, after hearing you out, I realized I didn't think the prank through. Sorry about that. It won't happen again. I really appreciate you saying that. But you don't look so thankful. Are you still so concerned about what happened last night? No, you've misunderstood. I indeed joined the supervisory investigation team. And though there are reasons I can't fully explain, as a descendant of the Timefield family, I won't forgive myself for my mistakes just because you apologized. I only hope you'll take back what you said about me being unqualified. The Timefield family has always upheld strict discipline. Both my grandfather and father were scholars in the ether industry, and I've received a systematic education in hollow and ether studies from an early age under their guidance.
Monato, what's with this person? She seems just as weird as you.
How would I know? And for the record, I'm not weird at all.
So from the sound of it, you're pretty confident in your knowledge. Then do you know what this strange piece of porcelain is?
This looks more like a shard of some kind of device rather than porcelain. Also, was it just my imagination? Or did I suddenly sense an unpleasant aura coming from it? Something similar to the presence of a sacrifice.
Oh, that's a shard of a large obscura.
Obscura?
Yes, an obscura is a type of experimental reactor vessel made with high-purity porcelain as its outer shell. Due to the unique properties of porcelain, when etheric matter is placed inside obscura, it can slowly come into contact with the air. This allows researchers to observe how ether behaves once it leaves a hollow. Although an obscura is a rather expensive piece of lab equipment, there's nothing strange about it. This shard hasn't been coated with the outer layer yet. It was probably damaged during manufacturing.
Damaged during manufacturing? So there is something wrong with this thing.
See, Monato? I told you my instincts were spot on. Who would have thought we'd figure out what this thing is in such an unexpected way? What a stroke of luck!
Could someone explain what just happened?
We suspect that someone at Porcelumex has been illegally producing high-value porcelain items inside the hollow, items not listed in the official registry. Simply put, they publicly claim to be producing low-value products. Workers' wages and even the reported profits are all calculated based on that. But in reality, someone's pocketing the difference for themselves.
Exactly. The Obscura isn't a regular product of the Wi-Fi Peninsula factory, so its appearance here clearly points to shady dealings going on inside the hollow.
Where did you find the shard?
We found it in a batch of materials delivered to our shop from Siloon Bay. The residents there collect discarded porcelain from the hollow, and my father uses the scraps to make handicrafts. Let's go, Monato! We're heading to Siloon Bay! If we can trace this shard back to its source, we'll have enough evidence to expose the corruption inside Porcelumex and give them a real scandal to deal with.
Wait a moment. Are you sure it's okay to just say your whole plan out loud like that?
It's fine. You're a scaredy cat. No way you'd snitch to Porcelumex. Wait, you wouldn't, right?
Of course not! But not because I'm afraid. As a descendant of the Timefield family, I would never stoop to something so dishonorable. Wise, it seems you still have some questions for Miss Ukinami regarding the Obscura. Apologies, but given my current position, I'm afraid it wouldn't be appropriate for me to hear any further details. So please excuse me for now. Thank you for helping resolve the issue. I'll have the payment for the commission sent over promptly.
You didn't leave with that fancy girl. Do you have something to ask us?
Can I come with you to Siloon Bay for the investigation? I'm curious about the origin of that shard. Besides, I can help if you're heading into the hollow.
No problem. You're more than welcome to join us. Wow, today's our lucky day! Not only did we find a lead, But we even had a proxy who's an expert at handling miasma just show up at our door!
Don't lay it on too thick, Yuzuha. You don't want to scare Wise away. Still, we have no reason to turn down the proxy's help. So, we'll be counting on you from now on.
Monito, if your tail wasn't wagging like an electric fan right now, I'd give you a perfect score for how mature you acted.
The elevator's still out of service? But I heard the repairs were already finished.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Though the repairs have been completed, some facilities and services, like the Wi-Fi cable car, have recently been suspended due to safety concerns.
Safety concerns? What exactly do you mean?
Sorry. I don't know much about the specifics since the Wi-Fi cable car is operated under Porsalumex. You can contact their service hotline. Customer support will be able to provide you with more detailed information.
Then, is there another way to get to Siloon Bay?
As far as I know, there aren't any other routes available at the moment.
What a shame. I heard Siloon Bay is on the seaside, and the scenery at sunset is supposed to be stunning.
If it's a seaside view you're after, you could take the cable car to Lemnian Island. It offers a close view of the Hollow, and since Porsalumix has staff stationed there, it's fairly safe.
Are you saying the edge of the Hollow is somehow safer than a seaside residential area?
No. That's not what I meant.
I'm not trying to be difficult. Since I can't get to Siloon Bay, I suppose I'll just wander around the area for a while.
Thank you so much for your understanding.
Looks like the elevator's still out of service.
Siloon Bay is home to many who were left homeless after the fall of the old capital. Their living conditions aren't great, and they handle most of the hardest and most dangerous jobs in the Hollow. If the inspection team were to catch wind of something sensitive from the locals there, it'd be a real headache for Porsalumex. So they went ahead and blocked the road entirely.
There must be other ways to get to Siloon Bay, right? After all, the elevator wasn't always here.
Exactly. That whole no other route nonsense is just something Porsalumex tells outsiders to fool them.
You can go around the mountain by taking the upper highway, and then head down from the other side. It'll just take a little longer.
It'll just take a little longer. Easy for you to say. We're not all made of pure muscle like you.
I guess I could probably carry both of you together.
Whoa, don't take it so literally. I was just complaining a little. But knowing how thorough that Damien from Porsalumex is, they might have even secured the mountain paths to keep people away from Siloon Bay.
Good point. Yuzuha and I will go check things out first, Wise. Let's meet up later at the mountain highway.
We just have to follow this track to get to Siloon Bay. Watch out! There's security mechs patrolling up ahead.
We've got enemies.
Don't go too hard, Monato, or people will notice the damage.
Can't we implant the mech with memories of accidentally falling or something?
The agent's suggestion is worthy of consideration.
Very. Shush. All done. Let's go.
Hold on. Come with me for a sec. Oh, it's you.
Alice, don't be afraid. It's us.
Wise! It's you. You frightened me.
You were the one sneaking around behind us. And yet you got so scared like that. So what are you doing here?
Ms. Ukinami? Mr. Komano? I'd like to help you with the Obscura investigation. I gave it some thought after heading back. If I'm part of the investigation team, but can't do anything, I wouldn't be able to ever forgive myself.
In case you forgot, you were brought in by Porcelumex. If they ever discovered you helped us, things could end badly for you. And if you always worry too much about living up to other people's standards, you'll only grow up to be a useless person someday.
You're worried Porcelumex might come after her, right? Still, you might have gone a little too far with your warning just now.
Nobody asked for your opinion.
We appreciate it, Alice, but don't force yourself.
Thank you, Wise. Don't worry about me. Mr. Blackwood may be strict, but from what I've heard, he at least honors his contracts. And since what we're investigating isn't related to a safety issue, even if word gets out, I'll have my ways to handle it. Also, while what Miss Ukinami said earlier was fair, at its core, doesn't it still count as just another form of trying to measure up to other people's standards? As a member of the Timefield family, I take full responsibility for my choices. So please, there's no need to worry.
Alrighty, but you heard our plan. After investigating Siloon Bay, we'll likely be heading into the Hollow. That's not exactly the kind of place for a noble lady to take a stroll.
That's even less of a concern. One can't become a proper Hollow scholar without field research, so I've undergone professional sword training and Hollow survival drills since childhood.
Alright then, I've got no objections. What about you, Monato?
Welcome aboard. A patrol mech is approaching. Careful.
Alright, let's see what you've got.
Okay, I'll take care of it.
You're a real chatterbox, but you handle yourself well in a fight.
Oh, I appreciate it.
If you're not...
Uh-oh. It's people from Porsalumex.
Shh! Let's try to avoid them and take a detour. As if all those... Keep it up, guys. Once we get past here, it'll be smooth sailing.
How much longer until we get to Siloam Bay?
We're almost there. We cross 2 bridges, follow a short path, and we'll reach the elevator.
Clear your mind, and then we're there?
And then we'll be a third of the way there.
Now you see why I sometimes just want to punch him. Right, Wise?
All done. Everyone, let's move.
Huh, Yuzuha. Here to pick up materials for Uncle Balrong again? Seems like you've been the one picking things up these days.
My dad's been having some back pain lately, so I've been running errands for him.
But if you keep skipping school, won't you get expelled?
You're one to talk. Careful, or I'll have Kama replace all your favorite Bubble Pop candy with rubber. Actually, we were supposed to be doing our Hollow internships these days. But since Lemnian Hollow's been unsafe lately, they ended up canceling everything and just marked us all as qualified.
Wow, your luck's still better than ever, huh? My brother failed his Hollow internship 3 times last year. For a while, just seeing the Hollow from a distance made him nauseous. Oh, right! What kind of materials are you picking up today, Yuzuha? Check out this piece of high-grade lumite ore I've got. Ajang snatched it from a white-haired ghost woman in the Hollow just last night.
What? A white-haired ghost woman?
That's right. He was hauling cargo in the Hollow for Porsalumex and somehow stumbled upon a huge pile of lumite ore. So he started gathering the stones one by one, and then a shaky, wobbly figure started drifting toward him from a distance. It was a ghost woman with long white hair, bird-like wings, and golden feathers. But in the blink of an eye, she vanished. And just then, Ajang suddenly felt a shiver crawl down the back of his neck. Ow! Yuzuha, why'd you flick me? Weren't you the one who said that the most important part of the porcelain business isn't selling goods, but selling stories?
That story was awful. And didn't you go around last week telling everyone you heard strange moaning sounds on the mountain paths nearby? Your story sure changed quick.
That one wasn't a lie. Mello, Dante, and I all heard it, and not just once.
What? Strange moaning sounds? On the mountain path?
Uh-huh. You said that one wasn't a lie. Which means the ghost story's mostly made up, right?
You're trying to trick me again. But seriously, Ajang really did get spooked by something all pale and ghosty last night. I'm not making that up.
All right. I'll take this piece off your hands. When my dad turns it into jewelry, I'll give this story a proper rewrite, okay? I promise it'll be weird and thrilling enough. But in exchange, you've got to tell me something. Take a look at this piece. This was part of the last batch delivered to my place. Do you remember who brought it in?
That wasn't one of mine. Probably from Mello or Uncle Alfang. Anyways, if there's nothing else, I'm gonna head out.
Let's go. Thanks!
Do you need our help?
Yeah, let's split up and ask around. Minato and I will go find Uncle Alfang. Wise, you go with our little lady here and check with Mello. If it turns out to be his, make sure to get the exact time and place he found the piece.
It's really fixed! Hello, little one. Can you tell us where this porcelain shard came from?
No.
Huh? It's important to keep your word, little one. You understand that, right?
But my mom said Porcelumex doesn't allow outsiders around here these days. So if I see any suspicious strangers, I'm not supposed to talk to them. And I never seen you before.
We're not actually strangers. We're friends of Mystic Wares, the folks who often come here to collect materials.
That's right! Miss Yuzuha came here with us today. You know, the daughter of Mr. Ukinami Balrong, Mystic Wares' owner.
And you say you're not suspicious. Uncle Balrong's last name is Lee, not Ukinami. You didn't even know that Yuzuha was adopted. How am I supposed to believe anything you say?
So Yuzuha was adopted. No wonder her name is so different from Uncle Balrong's. I thought it had something to do with her mother's side.
You can trust them, Mello. They really did come here with me.
Yuzuha!
You know where this dark piece of porcelain came from, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Dante found it. He thought this piece of porcelain must be valuable, and I said it wasn't. That's how we got into a fight. He broke my toy, and I smashed his Denny gun. Is there something wrong with this piece of porcelain, Yuzuha? Dante didn't get himself into trouble, did he?
Don't worry, he's not in any trouble. This piece is actually really valuable, so we just want to ask where he found it.
That's right. No need to worry about your friend.
So Dante just got lucky, huh?
Funny how the moment you know your friend's okay, all that lingering resentment bubbles right back up.
That's kids for ya! But Mello, have I ever told you? I really can't stand stingy boys.
Come on, Yuzuha. You know me. I'm the most generous boy around. All right. I'll go make up with Dante. Gotta run.
Now that we've got some more info, let's hurry and find Dante! Ukinami Balrog! I was dying trying not to laugh earlier. What a ridiculous name! Now I want to tell my dad, just to see his reaction!
Miss Ukinami, I'm truly sorry. We didn't mean to pry into your personal matters.
It's all right. Being adopted is just a fact of life. Besides, for someone like me who had nowhere to go, being taken in by someone as nice as my dad, I'd say I'm pretty lucky, don't you think? What I don't get is, couldn't a family as prestigious as the Timefields send someone else to Waifei Peninsula? Why did it have to be you?
Because there aren't many left of us in the family. My father passed away in an accident years ago, so now it's just me and my grandfather. And he's currently ill.
I see. Seems like things haven't been easy for you either. Anyway, you don't need to dwell on my background. Constantly apologizing makes you seem unsure of yourself. You're a noble lady, and you've had a great education. So, show some confidence, all right?
Yes, I will.
All right, then. Let's get going.
Where's Dante's place?
It's up there, very close.
Miss Isolde, do you think this Jenny gun can be fixed?
Of course. I used to be in the military and have repaired guns much more complicated than this. The trigger link is misaligned, that's all. I'll just take it apart and realign it for you. All right, that should do it. Hand me a Denny, Dante. I'll fire a test shot.
Here you go.
Well, it seems our four friends over there sure know how to stay quiet. Perhaps I'll have to say, the next shot will be a life round!
So, you already knew we were here, Miss Isolde. Since you're a military representative, I didn't expect that you would violate Porcelumex's restrictions to come here.
Taking the initiative, I see. You seem like quite the experienced negotiator, Mr. Wise. But you're right. I came to Siloon Bay in secret, just like the rest of you. Now that we all have a little leverage on each other, how about I start by showing some goodwill? I actually came here to visit Dante's family. His uncle used to be my comrade in the military.
Miss Isolde isn't a bad person, Yuzuha. Don't worry. She's come to visit us every year for as long as I can remember.
I didn't expect you to be a regular visitor here. You had us fooled. When we met you and the elevator technician earlier, we thought it was your first time visiting Waifei Peninsula.
I was sent to show the military's goodwill, so it's best not to cause any unnecessary trouble. I'll be here waiting for Dante's mother to get off work. Feel free to take care of whatever you need nearby.
What's going on? Why is there a crowd in front of our house? Yuzuha? Monato? Oh, Miss Isolde! You're here too?
It's been a while, Aitana.
Yeah, it's already been another year. I can't believe you still made it to Siloon Bay given how strict Porcelumix has become lately. Why haven't you invited everyone inside, Dante? Hey, what are you doing with that gun again? Didn't you promise Mommy that you wouldn't play with that anymore?
But Aya and Mello both have toys. How am I supposed to be friends with them without my Denny gun? And I don't get it. Why don't you want me to grow up and join the Defense Force, Mom? You little stinker. What did you just say? Get back here!
Sorry you had to see that.
Dante said he wants to join the Defense Force someday?
Yeah, he's always asking me to tell him stories about his uncle. To him, his dad is nothing special. It's his uncle who's the real hero, even though he had never met him.
How have you all been lately?
Well, we're getting by. His father and I both work, and now Dante's old enough to gather porcelain scraps with the other kids and make a bit of money too.
Here, take this. Use it to help with the household expenses.
Is this your money? Or compensation from the Defense Force?
Compensation from the Defense Force.
That's a lie. If the Defense Force were going to give us compensation, they would have done it ages ago. This isn't the respect my brother deserves. You can keep the money. Sometimes No, not just sometimes. Ever since the fall of the old capital, I've always felt that my brother died for nothing, and everything you all fought for was meaningless.
That's not true, Aitana. If it weren't for Maxim and the others who fought beside him, kids like Dante wouldn't even have the freedom to run on the beach today. Of course, after the fall of the old capital, not only did the Defense Force have to cope with heavy losses, but also public criticism for failing to contain the collapse, which continues to this day. The Defense Force has neither provided proper compensation to grieving families, nor upheld the honor of the soldiers who gave their lives. To me, that's a serious failure of duty. I'm sorry. You should have been able to live somewhere better, but there's nothing I can do.
The fact that you still remember your old comrades and come to visit me every year means a lot. I wasn't planning to bring up all this old stuff, but that little troublemaker got me all stirred up again. The past is the past. All we can do is let go of it, right? I still have Dante and his father, after all. I guess it's better to keep looking forward.
Yes, you're right. You still have so many important things in this world.
Yuzuha, sorry about that. I got caught up seeing an old friend and left you all waiting. Is there something I can help you with?
We actually came to see Dante. Just wanted to ask him about a piece of porcelain he found earlier. Nothing serious.
I see. He did go running off, but I can practically guarantee that he went to the beach. If you're not in a rush, feel free to come and sit down for a bit. He'll come back once he's calmed down.
Thanks, but we'll head down to the beach and check on him. Kids his age often have a lot more on their minds than we might think.
Huh.
not sure how I feel after hearing all that.
So, Miss Isolde used to be a soldier, and it seems like she's been through a lot.
Dante, so this is where you went.
Minato? Yuzuha? What are you doing here?
We came just to ask you about a piece of porcelain you found. Of course, we were also kind of worried about you, so we thought we'd check up on you.
If you wanted to cheer him up, Minato, then you shouldn't have mentioned the first part.
That's just how Minato is. Thanks, you guys. I know Mom is worried. What happened to my uncle still haunts her. She doesn't want to put anyone else in danger or see someone sacrifice themselves and not be respected for it. I know how much Mom's been through. Miss Isolde told me that after the fall of the old capital, many military families like ours were left struggling without their main source of support and had to drift from place to place. But I want to join the defense force to help make it better. Mom had to let go because she couldn't do anything about it, but I want to change that. I want to make sure they never hurt anyone again.
I'm pretty impressed, Dante. I didn't realize you'd thought about all this so deeply.
It really is a great dream.
Miss Isolde, what are you doing out here? Are you leaving already?
Yes, I just received a call, and someone from Porcelumex wants to meet with me. They're probably trying to probe the military's position again. I'd better head back quickly. Your mom is worried about you. If you aren't really mad at her, then you should head back soon.
Yeah, I know. By the way, Yuzuha, what was it you wanted to ask about the piece of porcelain?
Do you remember this? Where did you get it from?
Oh, that? I caught it when I was fishing from a boat 3 days ago. It was near that small reef island about 3 kilometers from shore. I was out there for a while and saw this shard drifting from the direction of the hollow.
If I'm not mistaken, this looks like a shard of an Obscura. Was it made in Waifei Peninsula? I think I get why you came to Sailoon Bay now. You don't need to explain further. There are some things I'd prefer not to know.
Thank you for your understanding.
I've got a question. Why would an Obscura shard drift out from the hollow in the first place?
Oh, Lemnian Island is actually connected to several water systems, and there are even underground rivers. This shard probably fell into the water and got swept out with the current. But since the hollow covers such a huge area, it'd be hard to pinpoint exactly where it drifted from.
Let's have Fairy map out all the nearby hollow exits later. But figuring out exactly which one the Obscura shard came from might still take some time.
There is actually a way to calculate where it came from. By the way, Dante, since your mom doesn't want you playing with a Denny gun, and it keeps breaking anyway, why don't you sell it to me? You can use the money to buy a new toy instead.
I mean, sure, I guess. But, Miss Isolde, what do you want a Denny gun for?
It might come in handy for these older folks. Here, Mr. Weiss, take it.
Miss Isolde, what are we supposed to...
Raise the gun and fire a shot far out toward the sea, in a direction perpendicular to the shoreline.
Look! The toy Denny you fired is floating on the water!
Start timing it now. After a while, it will drift back to shore. But due to the combined effects of the hollow's changing tides and the wind, it won't come directly back. It'll drift off course. Let me check today's hollow activity report. It's almost the same as it was the morning of 3 days ago. Plus, the wind speed in the area stays pretty stable during this season, so the conditions should be relatively equivalent. The Toy Denny has about the same density as the Obscura Shard, so once we measure where and when the Denny washes ashore, we can calculate the water's flow and work backwards to find the hollow's exit.
Wow. I'm not sure if I completely understand, but it sounds like we're pretty lucky.
It's probably thanks to Yuzuha. She's always crazy lucky. Like, if it's raining and she forgot her umbrella, it would always stop by the time school's out. And once, she somehow got an extra bottle of soda every time she bought one from the machine for an entire month. Maybe that piece of porcelain drifted out of the hollow just because Yuzuha needed it.
Ugh.
What's up, Monato? What's with the,
Oh, it's nothing.
No way! You definitely have something on your mind. Out with it! 3, 2, 1!
It's nothing, really. I just suddenly remembered your last name.
Miss Ukinami's last name? Oh, right. It's different from Dad's surname, Lee. He said it'd sound way too weird if I were named Lee Yuzuha. He wouldn't be able to forgive himself for giving a kid such a ridiculous name. So he gave me a name based on my own story instead.
Mr. Lee sounds like quite the interesting person.
So, Ukinami is a surname based on your history?
That's right. I drifted in from the sea, and my dad found me on the beach here in Sailoon Bay. Hence, Ukinami, floating on the waves.
I see. So, were you in a shipwreck before that?
No. Didn't you know? There's actually a dragon palace inside the Lemnian Hollow. And I'm the princess. Every day, I lived happily under the care of my loyal retainers. But one day, a lost traveler wandered into the palace and told me all about the human world beyond its walls. I decided to leave with him on a whim. But once I arrived in the human world, I forgot where the Dragon Palace was and ended up becoming what you all call an orphan.
That kind of sounds like a Lemnian Hollow version of some old legend or folktale.
Not kinda sounds like. It is one.
Oh, come on. Just because you've heard me tell this story before doesn't mean you have to ruin the moment like that. Still, it is kind of amazing. The tide always seems to carry all sorts of things to this beach. Me, that Obscura Shard, we both ended up here the same way.
Phew, we finally managed to calculate it. I've nearly forgotten everything I learned about terrain analysis in the military after not using it for so many years.
Thank you for your insights, Mrs. Old. You've been a great help.
No need to thank me. Miss Timefield, you look much more lively than back at the banquet. Seems being around someone your own age really does make a difference. All right, everyone. I'll be heading off now. Make sure to take care of yourselves.
All right. Since we've pinpointed where the Obscura floated out of the hollow, how about we head in and take a look?
Great idea. There's still some time before nightfall. Even just scouting ahead a little would be good.
Miss Yuzuha, are you going into the hollow? Then take our boat. Mello and Ayuba would be happy to help out however they can.
Ah, there it is. There's a drainage pipe up ahead. We're on the right track.
The higher we go up the mountain, the more pipes are buried underground. It's becoming harder to spot them.
Sorry. Fairy can roughly estimate the direction of the pipes, but due to limited holo data of this area, we can't pinpoint their exact locations. Wise, we've cleared out loads of miasma along the way. Are you still holding up okay?
Don't underestimate me. I'm doing fine.
This place is some distance from the industrial port where porcelain is made, and it's really well hidden.
According to the records, there used to be a materials lab around here that was shut down years ago. It seems the ether concentration in the area remained stable and within safe limits, at least until the miasma started increasing. Due to its advanced facilities, the materials lab once had long-term researchers stationed there, and scholars were often invited to visit as well.
What if the lab was never actually shut down, and it was instead turned into an illegal porcelain production facility?
Sounds like something Porcelumex would do. All right, let's keep heading upstream.
Let's move then.
Please be aware of ether activity units.
We've been walking forever. We should have run into some enemies by now.
You actually sound kind of excited about it, Monato.
I mean, when you're fighting these guys...
We should be able to sniff out some clues around here with our technique.
Let's hurry.
Let's look around and see if there are any other tracks.
Switch it up!
Watch out! More ethereals have appeared.
More than the ethereals, I'm curious to see if that door up ahead can be opened.
Let's go see once we're done with these ethereals.
Come on, let's go check out that door.
More tire tracks here. We're definitely heading in the right direction.
The miasma around here is getting pretty thick. And there are more monsters, too.
They were hauling stuff around in a place like this? That's just begging for trouble. Though we're not exactly in a much better spot ourselves.
Wow, Mr. Kono is throwing shade at himself.
Whoa, our princess is throwing shade?
Never mind. It's probably better if I just keep quiet.
Road ends ahead.
Huh? It ends?
More monsters.
Let's wipe them out ASAP and see what clues we can dig up around here. There might be a passage behind that miasma. Move with the blade. Here to
Let's check out what's behind that miasma.
Is this really as far as we can go? This can't be right. It's not like me to have such bad luck.
Don't worry, everyone. We may not have cracked the elevator's passcode, but Fairy and I checked the terrain nearby. The cliff behind us isn't that steep. There's definitely a way to get over the cliff, but it'll take a bit of time to figure out the best route. And none of us brought proper climbing gear.
In that case, let's head back for today. It's getting dark.
Yeah, the Hollow gets even more dangerous at night. Best not to stick around. Let's get ready to head back. Time to go, my lady. Milady! Ah! You scared me! You're the one who scared me! Why were you just standing there, zoning out like that?
It's just that... I just felt that label on the crate looked oddly familiar. Like, I've seen it somewhere before.
Any idea when you might have seen it?
It should have been pretty recent, but nothing else is coming to mind at the moment. My apologies for the delay. Let's leave the Hollow as soon as we can. We finally made it back to Phylum Heights. It's already dark now.
Everyone, good work today.
I was planning to tease the princess about her lack of stamina, but looking at you now, there's no point. Since there's nothing more we can do today, let's just call it.
All right, I'll contact you as soon as we finish calculating the route.
Excuse me, sorry to bother you all, but are you Miss Alice Timefield?
Yes, that's me. And you are...
Oh, I'm a concierge from Porcelumix in charge of receiving guests. We just received a package addressed to you.
A package? Where was it sent from?
I'm very sorry. There's no sender information on the package, and due to its size, it's not easy to move. So, for now, we've had to store it in our warehouse. If possible, would you mind coming with me to take a look? Since it was sent specifically to Wi-Fi Peninsula, it might be something important.
All right, understood. If you'll excuse me, I'll take my leave for now. The place where the package is stored. How far is it exactly?
We're almost there. Sorry for the trouble. Since the package is quite large, we wanted to be careful. In case something goes wrong during the delivery. What? What on earth?
I didn't think we'd actually be right.
You didn't seriously believe we'd let our guard down around you, did you?
Hey, Wise, there you are.
Senior Yinhu's still not done with the interrogation?
It appears there's been some progress. I think I heard Master Pan say... Ah, that's right. Just tell us. Let's wait a little longer.
Master Pan must have watched a ton of crime dramas. He even said lines like, "Lighter sentence if you confess, harsher if you resist. Want some fried rice?" And, "Sorry, I'm a mystic."
Are you alright, Alice? Being the bait must have been pretty scary.
There's no need to worry. I'm quite all right. I may not be the best at dealing with unexpected situations, but thankfully, we were prepared for this one.
By the way, did you guys feel anything?
What do you mean?
You mean the guy that's following us?
So you also felt as if we were being followed?
Yeah. At first I thought I was just being paranoid because we ran into Miss Timefield and Miss Isolde. But now it's clear we've had a tail since this morning. What should we do? Should we get him?
But we don't have any solid proof that they're up to something. Even if we catch them, they'll just brush it off. Plus, we would risk giving ourselves away.
I agree with the proxy. Besides, they probably haven't tried anything because we've got numbers on our side. Once one of us is alone, chances are he'll make his move. If we can figure out who they're after, we might be able to bait them into slipping up.
I think I'm probably the one they're after.
How come?
Because I just remembered. The crate that hit my window last night had the exact same label as the one we saw in the hollow.
Then we were right. That fake concierge really was the one smuggling stuff into the hollow. They tried to go after Alice just because she saw the crate. Whatever they're moving, it has to be something big.
Oh, look! Master Pan and Mr. Komano are coming out.
Senior, how did the interrogation go?
He confessed. He told us everything. Come on, let's step away a bit. Don't want that guy overhearing us. Don't worry, Beelion and the others are watching him. All right, this spot'll do. I'll keep it short. That guy was smuggling ether explosives into the hollow.
Ether explosives?
Exactly. It was disguised as insulation material during transport, but he didn't dare swap in stronger ropes, worried it'd raise suspicion. That's why the ropes snapped during the lift. He heard Alice shout, and since the crate was damaged, assumed she'd seen the explosives, so he decided to silence her, fearing the whole thing would be exposed.
So that's what happened. But I never even saw what was inside the crate. Pitiful. Trying to hide one crime by committing an even greater crime.
Good thing you all stayed sharp. He played himself and walked right into the trap.
What were they planning to do with the explosives?
He doesn't know the exact plan. He's at the bottom of the chain. The orders came from his superior at Porsalumex. But he said they've been transporting them for 2 weeks now. I did a quick estimate, and the amount of explosives in the hollow is already enough to flatten 100 Swabian temples.
They're definitely planning to use those explosives to destroy something. It's clear now that their crimes aren't just about profiting from illegally producing high-value goods. There's a lot more going on.
Yeah, I agree. By the way, we also have some good news and bad news. Which do you want first?
Belle always says I'm not positive enough, so this time, let's start with the good news.
All right. The good news is that we found an access card and password on him. You'll be able to get into the elevator that you couldn't access before. As for the bad news, he said tomorrow night is the last run for transporting these explosives.
So that means tomorrow's the deadline, and their plan is about to succeed. What's everyone thinking?
We must stop them. As a member of the Timefield family, I can't just stand by and do nothing in the face of such evil. What's wrong?
I always thought you were just a nervous, wishy-washy overthinker. Never figured you had this much fire in you.
Miss Timefield, Yuzaha means she's really grateful you're willing to keep helping us. And so am I, of course.
Monato, next time you skip internship classes to work on your side gigs, don't expect me to cover for you.
All right, everyone. It looks like we've made our decision. Let's head back into the Hollow tomorrow morning for another investigation. If we find any critical clues, we'll call for backup immediately.
All right, let's do that. Tomorrow, Junior Bell and I will provide support from within the temple. Junior Wise, give Shifu a call now. Let's see what she says. It's getting late, and we've got an early start tomorrow. You should all stay at Swabian Temple tonight. That way, we can look out for each other.
Wise, you go ahead and call Yishu and Shifu first. We'll take care of everyone's accommodations.
I see. In any case, Wise, you must all be extremely careful when you head into the Hollow tomorrow. Porsalumix has been busy dealing with the safety investigation, yet our enemies haven't faltered in carrying out their plans. That means they're out of time and desperate to act.
So you mean that they don't have full control over this situation? There's some other factor that's forcing them to act?
It must be so. I shall head out once I settle things tomorrow and should be back at Swabian Temple by night. Strictly speaking, Yunquay Summit should stay out of Waifei Peninsula's affairs, but given the urgency, we'll make an exception.
Sorry to trouble you, Shifu.
There's no need to be so polite. Oh, right. Nothing. Never mind.
What is it, Shifu?
Well, it's nothing particularly significant. Just these past few days I've had a lingering sense of unease. A few days after we brought the corruption incident under control, some of the data piles in the Hollow suddenly went inactive again. But this time, the data pile failure was brief. The officials believe it was just normal interference caused by the increased miasma levels. I hope I'm just overthinking it. Well, that's all. Go get some sleep. If you want to stay strong, a good sleep schedule is better than any technique.
Understood. I'll go and check if everyone's done tidying up.
Then I'll leave you to it. See you tomorrow.
Oh, Wise, you're done with the call already? I was just thinking of saying a few words to Shifu myself.
Have the rooms been arranged?
We're still trying to figure that out. No one's comfortable taking Shifu's room or Senior Fufu's room, and the room Alice stayed in before is being used to hold the prisoner.
But I just talked it over with Miss Ukinami and Belle. We can share a room.
In that case, Belle, how about you three stay in my room? It's a bit more spacious since I keep the HDD there.
Yay! Thanks, Wise.
Are you sure it won't be too cramped with the three of you staying here?
Don't judge our space needs by your build! Besides, with this kind of vibe right now, doesn't it feel just like a field trip?
Wow, you're right! I've heard all about them before, but I've never actually been on one of those trips myself.
You never went on a field trip as a student?
No, never. My school has a lot of aristocratic kids, so they thought trips were too risky, and didn't want us spending time showing off and competing like that either. So, we never had one.
Perfect! Then tonight, you get to experience the joys of commoner life. First on the agenda, ghost stories.
Wait! Ghost stories?
Judging by that face, milady, I can tell that you're the perfect audience. Don't worry, I'll make sure it's a night you'll never forget.
Ghost stories. Glad I dodged that bullet.
What's wrong?
My belt feels a bit heavy. I wanted to take it off, but the buckle seems to be jammed.
Hold still. Let me take a look. We sometimes get similar issues with the crafts at our shop, so I always carry a toolkit with me. See? Here.
Huh? This is...
It's a little tool I made by modifying a hair clip. It's also my lucky charm. You probably recognize this character, right? That show was super popular when we were kids.
Oh wait, that's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was called Magic Sailor Boo, right? Belle used to wait for it to air every week when she was little.
Right. Yes.
Are you all right? You don't look too happy. Is there something wrong with the hair clip?
It's nothing.
Don't brush me off. Something's definitely bothering you, right?
Actually, I had a pair of hair clips just like this when I was little. They were my favorite, but I lost one of them.
How did you lose it?
Looking at Alice's expression, it doesn't seem as simple as just losing something.
This isn't my first time in Wi-Fi Peninsula. When I was very young, I came here once with my grandfather and father. We visited Porcelumex's lab inside the Hollow. It was my first time being in a Hollow, so I was really excited and wore the clips that day. But just as we were leaving Wi-Fi Peninsula, I suddenly realized the left one was missing. At that point, our whole family was already in the car heading home. But when my father saw me crying over that lost clip, he got out of the car. Daddy, can you really find my Sailor Boo?
Of course. It's your favorite hair clip. We have to find it. I just happen to have some more questions for the lab researchers anyway. You and Grandpa head home. I'll be back once I find your hair clip.
Thank you, Daddy. It's a promise then. You have to find Sailor Boo. If you don't, you can't come back.
Your wish is my command, little princess. Sir Lionel shall reclaim your lost treasure without fail.
I never imagined that would be the last time I'd ever see him.
Huh?
My father got into a car accident on the way home. Public security believes it was caused by fatigue. He crashed into the guardrail on a sharp turn. The fire from the crash was so severe. Grandpa couldn't bear for me to see my father like that. So I only attended his funeral.
Can I ask one more thing? What happened to the hair clip you lost?
Public security searched the crash vehicle, but found nothing like the hair clip. Not even any fragments. I lost it, and I said those things to him. That's why...
Don't be ridiculous! This wasn't your fault! You can't blame yourself like that!
Yuzuha, are you alright?
Sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
It's quite alright. I know you mean well, Miss Ukinami. It's not often we get to talk, and I really brought the mood down. Let's change topics. Oh, right. Since Miss Ukinami's hair clip is a good luck charm, there must be a story behind it. Would you be willing to share?
It's nothing special, really. This hair clip was simply the first gift I got when I was a kid, so I kept it as a lucky charm.
Feels like you're brushing us off.
Same.
I thought the same as Wise and Mr. Komono.
I'm not hiding anything. I'm just telling it like it is. And come on! We all know each other pretty well by now, so you don't have to keep calling me Miss Ukinami or Manato Mr. Komano. Especially every time I hear you say Mr. Komano, I have to hold back my laughter so hard my abs start to hurt.
Very well. From now on, let's be more casual with one another.
Everyone's up. Looks like we're all in good shape. Let's get ready to move out.
Wise, you take everyone to the Hollow with Eos. Signorine Hu and I will support you from afar.
All right, let's move. We can use that elevator now. Whoa, there's a lot of porcelain crates here.
Those are Obscuras!
Alert. Sample component analysis in progress. Analysis complete. The target's composition is a 99.97% match with the Obscura shard you possess, Master.
Looks like the shard we found came from here. The Obscura and the explosives. Both definitely point to the same place.
Everyone, I just checked. The Obscura here has no coding. It's probably been stashed here temporarily, waiting to be coded.
So this place really is the factory where they produce the Obscura.
There's no doubt about it. Look, there's a door ahead. Behind it should be the open-air workshop where they cure the coatings.
Let's get going. We need to do a full investigation of this place.
Let's open the door quick so we can investigate the inside of the factory.
Huh? Why've they got so many passcode doors here? I'm getting super curious about what secrets they're hiding in here.
Watch out! Monsters!
Look at the drainage channels here. Quite a few Obscuras have fallen in.
So this is probably how those shards got out.
Is the elevator up ahead still working? Is the elevator up ahead still working?
Come on, let's go fire up the generator.
I'll leave the heat thermosetter unit to you two then, proxies.
No worries. We got this.
I can't believe there are already so many ethereals here. Wasn't this lab making all those Obscura not too long ago?
It's just like when a house is left empty and gets covered in cobwebs in no time.
Got the power up and running.
Huh.
Wise, let's try the revelation technique. I'll handle it.
Oh, we can pass through now. Great job.
Well done, Wise.
All right, the power is on.
Wise, it's our turn again.
We can get through now. Let's go.
I'm all ears. My sword.
I've been wanting to ask, don't you think the Obscura look like coffins?
Do they?
And this open workshop is just like a huge mortuary.
Without the thermosetter unit, it'd... and that'd be... Oh, Yuzuha, you're doing it again!
The elevator.
You guys take the elevator. We just spotted a path up top. See you upstairs.
Wise, let's go find Yuzuha and the others.
There's a monster!
Don't worry! We're here. Careful, don't get...
Wise, you two stay back. We've got this.
Right. What were you two talking about over in the corridor?
We found a pretty stable fissure at the far end of the corridor, with explosives piled up near it. It's likely the evacuation point for when the place was rigged to blow.
There are a lot of scuff marks all over the ground. It seems like a fight broke out here.
The marks lead right through the front door. Looks like the hallway beyond connects to another building. But it's hard to tell how big it is inside.
Seems like we're getting closer to the truth.
I agree. But this door... it's pretty heavy. Looks like it got jammed from an impact or something.
Here. Let me give it a try. Nope. It won't budge at all.
If it's not even budging for Monito, I don't think we'll be able to open it. What should we do now? Maybe Kama can squeeze through the gap and check things out.
Hold on. There may be another way into the building.
Really? I'm all ears.
Look! Near the ceiling on the left, there's a ventilation duct connecting the two buildings. It should be big enough for us to fit.
What's wrong, Yuzuha?
It's nothing. I just remembered a rat got into my house a few days ago. Probably came in through something like this.
A rat? Since when?
Monito, now's not really the time for that. Anyway, back on track. I agree with Alice. We should be able to use the duct.
All right, let's figure out how to get into the duct, Wise.